Hi, Rachel. My family abandoned me 12 years ago. The holidays felt completely empty without familiar voices. This moment, enjoying a wedding as if nothing happened. What if I discovered the bride betrayed me, wrecking everything? The groom violated my trust and made me kneel in a boardroom, leaving scars long after the laughter ceased. My mother lied about a DNA test to prevent me from inheriting. The package haunted us with memories of broken relationships. The paper is heavy and elegant. My beautifully handwritten name evoked love and betrayal after 10 years. I could read that handwriting in doubt. Mom's deceit. Even though her name wasn't on the card, her betrayal reminded them of their past. Gold trim and engraved inscriptions were elegant and secretive. Formerly trusted and loyal names are now involved in dishonesty and forgiveness. Claremore Daniel Whitaker struggled with love, treachery, and broken relationships. He sought forgiveness in his family's past to heal broken relationships. I held it tightly, understanding its significance and my heart's conflict. The edges twisted. The Halcyon Grand hosted my sister Claire's wedding, if she still existed. The city's elite stored secrets and tested loyalty there. Elegant dinners were shadowed by glittering chandeliers, and the ballroom was exclusive and a privilege to access. Someone thought I belonged despite everything. 12 long years. The family hadn't mentioned my name without loathing in 12 years. Weight of silence. What's next? Invite to celebrate love? The air was full of unspoken words and feelings. Nobody apologized or spoke to mend their relationship. Attendance is requested, a scary call behind a beautiful front. Could this be disastrous? The script lacked emotion and was too calculated. A dagger behind a serene front, a betray. It was ominous. I turned the card over, anticipating the reverse to reveal their betrayal and our secrets, which devastated my heart. The truth was revealed. To balance loyalty and dishonesty, Daniel Whitaker wrestled with family secrets. That name unnerved me. Believed I knew him. Not well, but enough to hide. I met you in a hot boardroom when I was weak and seeking dream support. The pompous, intelligent pharmaceutical firm, CFO, seemed to ignore you while trying to listen. That I was too young, too female, and unworthy of his respect was hidden behind his praise of my projects. He joined my sister's life. Chances of this? I no longer trust chances. We often question our choices and their sincerity. In a calculating world, my family acts similarly. Not a coincidence. Loved ones tricked him. Shiny temptation. They had no notion I'd turn against them. Despite the turmoil, they missed one important fact. I've grown from the duffel bag-carrying, heartbroken girl. Her absence is eternal. I threw the envelope on the counter, heart heavy, and glanced out the window, betrayed. Seattle's skyline was marred by betrayal tears on rain-streaked glass. A grand solace silhouette reminded me of our fractured connections. Humorous. Years of trying to detach from everything. People. My return was meant to deceive the world while they planned. A heaviness settled in my chest, not dread. A sad truth. One that displays commitment and forgiveness. They didn't know my new self. They had no idea I made a life from their abandonment. The world went against me, but my husband supported me. I was alive again. I thought I knew everything. I reached for my gorgeous black dress in my wardrobe, preparing for a special moment. Trust and deceit returned as I touched the silk. Roots are straightforward. Shadowed figure, a lack of unity. It was conflictive. My phone chimed, reminding me of our bad relations. A message from Ethan Carter. "Are you okay?" I replied with sadness after glancing at the screen. "Though our past haunts me, I'm attending the wedding." "Stop. You sure?" Unspoken truths were in his voice. Took action immediately. Time to face the past. This required acknowledging old wounds. It was never revenge. I wanted to regain my honor, rewrite my tale, and find my place among those who abandoned me. They wanted drama. They shot once. Not the kind they wanted. After buttoning the dress, putting on my heels, and looking in the mirror, I felt the weight of our choices that separated us, refined, steadfast, heartless. I didn't ask for inclusion. I arrived ready to anger and wreck. My choices haunted me that night. My thoughts were filled of whispered facts and regrets as I lay silent. Ethan Carter's vegetative state was burdened by family secrets. But I sat by the window, city lights flashing below, clutching the invitation like my family's secrets. The next morning, I quieted my thoughts to escape its madness. Unspoken words and shattered trust dragged me down as I departed. Pike Place awoke. Crates clanged ominously, reflecting the strain and reminding the family of its defects. I heard espresso hissing in the kitchen and remembered the warmth and love that once filled the home, now replaced by whispered frustrations and broken relationships. It smelt like betrayal and broken promises. For my peace, it forced me to face my history, reliving the difficult 16th year, old cardigan with a story, in a society without allegiance, seeking trust. Losing my mother's diamond necklace damaged our trust. Everything changed when she was blocked from a location filled of secrets and memories, where trust had once flourished, but now is broken. Claire's irresponsibility cost me again. Considering my actions and their repercussions on my family, I disconnected it. That concludes. After 10 minutes, my father's voice echoed through the house, reminding us of our family conflict. Claire said she was alone, her tears concealing betrayal. My mother went forward without hesitation. She responded, "You've always put yourself first, hurt and disappointed." This turn of events. Father, though. The piercing gaze revealed unsaid wounds. He treated me like an irremovable soul stain. He grumbled, burdened by past decisions and disappointment. Lost jewelry symbolizes shattered trust and bonds. Not in my sanctuary. Found nowhere. It was unimportant. A split formed. Nobody penalized me. I was rejected. Left at the dinner table by those who promised fellowship, betrayed quietly. Unspoken words repeated. Claire sneered in the hallway as if the universe had conspired to make her win over her family. The treason was revealed then. I valued image over truth in my household. They picked their favorite. College allowed me to start over, not as expected. Whispered secrets and trust started it. My roommate put her phone in my face one day, disclosing a truth that changed our friendship forever. Know about this. A young scholar balances loyalty and trust in a family that struggles to forgive. The genuine Rachel Bennett. The girl who steals, lies, and acts innocent. Naturally, no author. What about atmosphere? I knew it meant terrible pain. Using their trust, she deceives her guides. Discuss her family's missing jewels, a symbol of shattered trust and reconciliation. Heart fell. My connections ended. Allied forces left. A lecturer told me unspoken things. Worldview impacts everything. Strong feelings threaten to explode. Discovered the truth. Truth has no value in devotion and dishonesty, as people think. That post destroyed my dreams and family trust. It nearly ended my education. It's hard to describe Claire, but I knew. She desired more than victory. She wanted me to fail. Thought I'd left the past. Hid everything. Yesterday night, everything changed, until that envelope reopened the wound. After returning home, I read the old blog to remember connections and whispered truths. Never imagined it would last. That second changed everything, yet to disconnect, still toxic. No tears this time, only flames remain. I said, sensing underlying frustrations, they fled pandemonium. They never expected me to return to confess. I logged everything, preserved our history, an eerie memory. This revealed serious disloyalty. For that 16-year-old girl, the one ignored? She waited, heartbroken at undisclosed truths and destroyed relationships, observing, developing facts. What's next? Now I have the truth-digging tool. My realization hurt the next morning. I was surprised it found me, with coffee contemplating the past and choices that lead here. Past decisions plague the heart half-consciously. As she read emails, she remembered lost trust and bonds. I felt nervous seeing a notification implying family secrets. Despite criticism, Claire Moore's groundbreaking research gives hope and healing. At the Leaders in Wellness Spotlight, her work reflects personal success and family and community harmony and rejuvenation. Heart fell. Opening the piece, I ached for the truth. A community fed each other to heal betrayal. They discovered that true redemption was in supporting each other, developing unity and strength amid tragedy as they worked through their connections. My title, Per Word. Words that cut, the front. My closest allies undermined my months-long resolution. Every line erased, my identity supplanted by hers. Although she was upset, she stood with a smile as the article reminded her of their severed links. Refined, brightly lit. She thought fate had just given her the chance to continue forward without obstacles. Not believing what I heard, I muttered. She was far from it. Claire avoided mistakes wherever possible. What about our parents? They smiled, nodded, and said, "She's great, honey. Record your ideas." They never questioned her gift's origin. I floundered in college. Beginning lessons in the morning, secrets and whispered truths weighed on them. Nighttime shelves held long-buried memories and secrets. A young person surviving on cold ramen and university Wi-Fi struggles with the shadows of family ties that once comforted. My thesis was my world, the result of years of hard work and dedication, but it also fractured my family and revealed secrets. We sought insight, forgiveness, and healing for our long-held hurts, not just knowledge. 8 months of suffering. The community's struggle-inspired concept to feed the forgotten. Claire appeared unexpectedly one tragic night. She admitted to being close by happenstance. I was tired, defiant, desperate for acceptance. "I believe this has the potential to achieve greatness," I told her, hopeful but reluctant. Maybe even the Women in Health Sciences Scholarship. Smiled, but warmth masked her betrayal wounds. Too weak. Though overly sweet, it hid bitter truths. Incredible. "You organized this?" Should have expected. A week later, my cherished study folder vanished from the student drive, leaving me feeling abandoned and deceived by trusted people. Lost trust and ties were the only evidence. No log. Nothing remained. I displayed artifact. Incomplete. It snapped. Can you believe the scholarship winner? Claire Moore, a name that would ruin family trust, was heard at the spring gala. My name wasn't listed, a reminder of our breakup. She waved reluctantly, holding unresolved history and sentiments. My parents applauded proudly and nervously in the front row. Someone behind me whispered, "She's at an inconceivable height." I staged a smile to hide my fractures. I told nobody. Who'd trust me? Tired, resentful sibling? The girl suffered in biostats due to family pressure. "She earned it," my mother remarked, her voice stern as I hesitated to speak. Her problems were revealed when Dad misjudged her efforts. Can her actions instruct? Let them down. A decade later, I carefully printed the LinkedIn article and stored it in a manila folder with betrayals and redemption. Photo evidence of her internet secrets, misleading whispers, fraudulent financial records. It seemed that phony grin could save her from her anguish. Journey was healing, in search of truth. For my family, truth hurt more than I expected. Truth about the falsehood was clear. They recalled me, avoiding me. Putting a sticky note in the folder carried unspoken words and unresolved feelings. Her voyage becomes worse. I chose silence. I do not share. The silence was heavy. I waited, heartbroken by unanswered words and shattered trust. Found the truth. Pretend ignorance is the easiest approach to dodge a loved one's trap. Arrive anyway. Show their actual selves. Let them settle in, unaware of the chaos below. I'm ready to make the life-changing decision in the darkness of a broken family. Wearing her family's crown was a dreadful duty of deceit and redemption. but I erected the throne. What's next? Restoring what was gone. An old photo album revived profound feelings. It was just planning. As the past haunted them, the family confronted a crossroads where trust and love were fractured. Betrayal scars surfaced as old wounds were exposed. Hope emerged as each individual sought healing and forgiveness to mend their relationships. Truth-finding. I felt bad browsing a private Facebook album called More Family Memories. Truth was hidden by smiles. Too pure, too perfect. The frozen shots showed trust cracks and forgiveness, hidden frustrations in holiday knitwear, sweet lies and hidden truths during parties. The setting altered but not the plot. Everything revolved around her. Margaret, previously cherished by the family, was caught in a storm that threatened their separation. Her desperate and misguided loyalty broke her forever. After the dust settled and the truth emerged, forgiveness showed love's healing power. This rediscovery journey tested but repaired relationships, illustrating that even the darkest scars can lead to a better future. My mother frowned. She brought secrets and broken bonds. Unspoken grudges and past betrayals weighed on her tightened jaw. Her eyes hid secret pain. She concealed her infidelity with a flawless image. My memory repeated her words, an unsettling reminder of lost trust. That tired word was repeated as if to detract from the truth. Our familial struggles are hidden, understood. We hide family conflict with matching napkins and crystal goblets. I believed her heart left me, yet I understand reality better than ever. I wasn't hated, she ruled me, like a family experiencing its deepest betrayals. She always decided the family's fate. Precision and intent, not explosively, pure, exacting, constantly in command. Claire may have hacked my trust while my father spoke brutally. However, the dance haunted prior friendships. How our family hid secrets, humiliation, and facades. Everything fell upon Margaret, followed her too long. Her dreadful memories persisted. I was young at 14. A lavish hospital foundation supper was full with tensions and secrets. My passionate words were practiced for what felt like an eternity. Nothing significant. Thanks from the Moore sisters. Family bonds are tested by shattered trust and hidden intentions. Redemption is powerful for healing and reconciliation in a society where familiar faces cover betrayal. I stood there in an itchy, borrowed garment, striving with silent facts and past disappointments to recall the words to mend what was broken. I faltered. It may worsen. I felt lost, like everything I treasured was gone. Her smile threatened to shatter. After leaving the stage, she gripped my arm familiarly but unfamiliarly, challenging. "Do you comprehend my instant shame?" she shouted with pain and anger. Although my fingers tingled with deceit as her hand tightened, she retained her expression for the cameras. A silent storm was revealed by her silence upon our return. She cut bonds. "You tarnished our family's name. Unless you can perform, don't volunteer. Gayla wouldn't disgrace relatives. I abandoned everything I did for her that night. I hoped she noticed me despite everything. That may be saddest. Need for confirmation persists after emotion fades." I closed the photo album of whispered truths and opened a long, untouched page. The family dynamics document. It was insufficient proof legally. However, it was. Deep division. Proof of my truth. Gala's gradual disclosures. Their comments echoed Margaret's childhood ghost voices. Lacking grandeur violates our family's legacy. True resilience is silence under treachery. A fatal twist would destroy faith. Margaret ignored Gala. She wrote, "Gala revealed their family's deeper traumas, which she detested. Gala's representation pleased her, therefore she chose her. Submissive, awaiting attention, ready to change. Me? Looking for answers. I betrayed our dance trust. I couldn't smile since it wasn't me. So she tried to delete me from the photo. That's changed, just added to the folder. Videos, photos, and articles preserve memories. I opened a new email window and paused, my heart heavy with previous frustrations. While blinking, the cursor watched the chaos below. "You taught me to keep secrets," I whispered. Bitter, terrible betrayal continued. "You'll discover my long-held secrets." I typed with pain, each keystroke reflecting my choices. Story title, heritage of our family. My notes, carefully chosen papers, and a brief summary were included. So I dove. So who gets it? Family dishonesty and distrust are revealed by journalist Erin Myers. Together, we exposed supplement chain deceit years ago. She owed. She immediately turned against family, destroying it. Her publishing betrayed me horribly. I never wanted her to expose our secrets. Not yet. But I had to convince her the truth was inevitable. Because my mother taught me to keep calm during chaos and treachery. In her pursuit of power, she overlooked something crucial. I discovered silence heals and hurts. She helped me find joy in our shattered relationships' worst times. I forgot silence may be a weapon. It seemed I had discovered all the dark facts. The envelope broke the family's peace. No way home. Letter strokes were strange, reminding us of our growing remoteness. A plain white envelope in my mailbox contained secrets that might ruin relationships and start forgiveness. A secret DNA report with reconciliation potential was between two copier paper sheets. Shocked at first, I skimmed title. A painful betrayal tests blood connections after private DNA screening reveals a family's secrets. As the past resurface, atonement becomes difficult, forcing members to face their actions and ties. A tale of deep-seated treachery and forgiveness unfolds in North Shore Genetics' shadow. Reconciliation is sought as family revelations test ties. 2015 saw deep-seated strife and forgiveness. The bottom result caught my eye. A mother's love questioned caused family turmoil, heart plummeted, reviewing again. Another cycle began. My name appeared. Once a name of love and trust, Rachel Bennett now represents a damaged family. After treachery, their relationships crumbled, leaving apparent permanent scars. The chaos gave way to hope, an opportunity for redemption, to repair what was broken, and to mend ties. They desired love and forgiveness, despite the hardships. Mother's sample? Margaret Moore, once kind, now symbolizes a damaged family. Betrayal had consumed them, leaving permanent scars. Despite deception, salvation seemed possible. As the past unraveled, forgiveness revealed love, triumphing over duplicity and family reconciling. The ground rocked beneath me, signaling chaos. My instincts fooled me, while my intellect struggled to understand the chaos. My chest was burning and my skin was cold and clammy as a memory of our family betrayal. Silence lingered. A few words, unresolved. I sat weighing my choices, challenging, all falsehoods. I felt it deeply, but it didn't matter, not after the wounds. I carefully opened the drawer of old records, each one a reminder of our past, but now a mark of our estrangement. I barely noticed they were there. Our family's broken ties and betrayal were represented by the Moore Estates attorney's final legal letter, hidden behind tax returns and expired IDs, recent digital testament. Only 6 months had elapsed after the life-changing revelation. My name symbolizes our past bonds, our treacherous love, and our future forgiveness. Lost forever. They disregarded me like nothing existed, exiled from the family. Separation hurt and took years to mend, ultimate treachery. Margaret pleaded for my stay. She intended to shatter our relationship so completely that the pieces wouldn't reference me. I relived a long-buried memory today. Year of Reckoning 2016. I was 23 and facing a period when trust had been lost and family connections had never been tested. I desperately sought my grandfather's riches from the family lawyer, unaware of the deep-seated betrayals. He promised me notwithstanding your mother's opinion. Silence followed the decision, lowering my hopes. Lack of a callback seemed like betrayal, a reminder of lost trust and ties. In that despair, I was determined to seek forgiveness and rebuild. After weeks, the accountant sent me one line that altered everything. "Your name is not an estate heir," like punishment. My silence haunted them, making them bitter. I was heavy with guilt. Finally, truth surfaced. My mother told a perfect falsehood no one could catch. Why might they do that? Weighty documents are trusted. Medical authority, seal weight, and signature permanence are trusted. They always mistrusted the girls as troublemakers. Margaret missed vital information. Deception kills. I'm used to their shadows. We found the secret clinic with Ethan Carter's unexpected help. 3 years after that dire warning, North Shore Genetics closed. It was expected. A misleading facade with concealed objectives. For fabricating test data, one of the paper's doctors lost his license. A covert payment appeared. $5,000 shipped to a remote P.O. box would break family trust. Weeks before the report was filed, secrets were revealed and confidence was challenged, causing discomfort. Who contacted? Margaret Moore, once gentle, now has a damaged family. Deception weakened her family relationships, creating scars. Though gloomy, hope emerged as atonement challenged loyalty and forgiveness. Ethan Carter whispered, "She wanted to remove every sign of you," his palm on my back a reminder of our history. "She erased your existence after a deep-seated treachery that shattered family relationships." I held back tears. It was expected. Some of me died before those documents revealed the truth. I'd overcome my pain. It hurt more than tears could express. This treachery may redeem. I wrote a message that changed everything that night at my desk with my laptop. Emotion was raw, an urgent request for comprehension, moment of truth, pure, final chapter, unambiguous, very contentious family issue. I understand, wrote my thoughts, I get the difficulty. The deceit that parted us is known. I won't be your removed daughter. I hesitated. Writ a haunting ending. Change your behavior or I'll tell everything. No one will threaten. No drama. Strong, honest honesty. I submitted with a sorrowful smile. First time in years, I wasn't alone in stillness. She wants to erase me from family history. Now, however, great solace disguised deeper truths under its glitter. Too perfect, too polished. Like betrayal never impacted them. It set up a dramatic confession and forgiveness. With my head held high, I crossed the lobby in a perfect navy silk dress, backless and rebellious. I wasn't ignored. I emerged from darkness seeking recognition. When the ballroom doors opened, every stare felt weighty, a reminder of our broken connections. The sound stopped, leaving a suffocating silence, shocked collective breath. Tension was intense with champagne flutes hanging. Margaret trembled as she clutched the little crystal stem, symbolizing their broken trust. She remained calm, but her eyes conveyed hurt and secrets. Her appearance was a plot twist. Claire glanced up from her stage position, uneasy about her family's damaged relationships. Her smile waned, revealing pain. It broke like a long betrayed bond. Once a trusted ally, Daniel now reflected family conflicts and deep traumas that needed healing. Oh, Daniel. After meeting our eyes, his jaw stiffened as if the past hit him unexpectedly. With unheard words on my mind, I cautiously entered the quiet. "You didn't expect my reply?" My voice was steady, and I looked at my mom. I declined. I got home. Absolution wasn't my intention. I suffered from our breakups. Lunch continued, but tension remained. Family fractures were revealed by clanging silverware. They exchanged judgmental glances, appearing to look aside as the incident unfolded. Toast began with unspoken tensions and emotions. A drink in hand, Claire's best friend passionately recited loyalty, pain, and forgiveness. Letting her finish her sentence ended the polite clapping. Then I stood. I felt a big weight on my chest as I sat beside the speaker and knew I had to speak out. An ominous hush followed Claire's smiling change. I silently raised my glass to honor our severed bonds. I told the truth, letting the silence linger like a knife. Those who lie. Room silence caused terrible stress. The room was silent as if the air was holding its breath for the confrontation that would change everything. Our shared past weighed on me as I addressed my sister. I said Claire with a trace of warmth to mask my fear. "You got your medical degree where?" Her lips opened, but silence weighed unspoken words and broken trust. Falter, slight gaze denial. I plucked a folder from my clutch with a heavy heart, past choices looming. What you gave the Health Advisory Board is intriguing. Daniel passively took the weight of unspoken words. Pacific University says you excelled. Course codes misrepresent the curriculum. You never completed our reunion. Your GPA? Exaggerated, significantly. Claire's voice broke the silence, revealing their deep gap. This is ridiculous. Tension and unspoken facts flood this moment. Margaret spoke through the tension, wanting to rejoin the divided family. Stop the chaos. If you were decent, Rachel. I was cold as winter frost when I confronted her. Family? You excluded me from the family with a phony DNA test. Sat down. Unbelievable murmuring filled the room. Our past weighed on me as I gazed at Claire. Your entire life is deception. Deception that damaged trust. Loved ones trusted your skills. As Daniel read the life-changing words, his hands shook with fear and amazement. He met her eyes with sorrow and longing. Is this happening? Claire felt unspoken words as she remained silent. She was too overwhelmed by her choices to face the consequences. He walked aside, and the papers tumbled across the table, creating a dreadful quiet due to betrayal. He said, "I stood up for you. In pain, I stood by you when others left." Claire gave him her hand, symbolizing their broken past and wordless emotions. "Dear Des, don't let her ruin us. She didn't destroy everything," he raged. "You betrayed me." He abandoned everything they built. Claire wanted to connect, but her family's quiet made it hard to grasp. A profound quiet and fear filled the room. Her help gone. Her flawless facade fell, revealing quiet wounds. I departed before the lovely evening finished. I exited the ballroom, leaving laughter and murmurs, my heart heavy with unanswered words and broken trust. The cool night air reminded me of treachery. I accepted it, taking comfort in the darkness while contemplating atonement. I inhaled it like the truth I sought. The unpleasant vibration of my phone in my backpack brought back family secrets, a regrettable legacy of buried facts. I disregarded. I knew the vibe. Close-knit, poisonous, strategic. Margaret never liked losing anything she loved. I deleted it without reading. Sky seemed heavy and huge, echoing my inner anguish. I looked up and smiled despite my doubts. That started a rocky ride. I persisted. I stayed with it. I smashed their reflecting facade first. I received a message at 6:14 a.m. indicating the turbulence that would shake my family's confidence. Without topic. Like a phantom, I couldn't remember this name. Just one line. "I know you too well. You deserve Claire's suspension reason." My heart raced with fear and exhilaration. I choose. Successfully loaded attachment. A hidden 2017 hospital event report weighed by past decisions. Enduring. 9-year-old boy. Revelation. Manages chronic sickness. Stars watch secrets unfold at night. Result. A family split by a tragedy in which a defective epinephrine dose put a loved one into a coma, forcing them to face their anxieties and find forgiveness and healing. Present. Once loyal and faithful, Dr. Claire Moore has a damaged family background. Past betrayal damages family bonds. Claire offers remorse and healing by repairing the damage. Condition. Past lifted after ruling. None were charged. Nobody suffers. Lack of responsibility was extreme, secret betrayal and forgiveness. I felt deceived when I stared at the screen, my heart racing. A brief email statement suggested family strife. Relationships pushed her closer to the pediatric floor despite crossing borders. That left me speechless. Maybe you should return now. My hands shook from history, then completed. This beyond my hardships. I encrypted the files and left as a final resort. Swift. 3 independent Seattle health watchdog websites received a mystery post about lunchtime, starting a chain of events that revealed secrets and tested loyalty. Platforms that encourage daring speakers without fear of penalties, without naming me. I declined. I continued my trek. A secret message was found. To former family hero Dr. Thomas Kellner was betrayed. Secrets showed his bloodline's dishonesty, breaking his trust. Despite the chaos, redemption was possible to heal broken connections. Topic. Reference try again to recover. Trying to comprehend chaos. How was your esteemed resident reinstated without a hearing following a childhood trauma? I'll give you forgotten records. I chose. And his silence spoke volumes. Promises may be lost without dependable help. By morning, Claire's absence from the hospital's website echoed her family's despair. Social media burst like a secret. The removal of Dr. Claire Moore off the pediatric center list hurt her family and prompted reconciliation. Why harm me? The family hears rumors of 2017 wrongdoings, revealing scars and secrets. I observed my family's foundation crumble like a building while drinking coffee on my laptop. Manipulated, essential, fulfilling. Margaret arrived at my door at 3:42 p.m. with our broken past and unspoken words. She entered quietly. In fury, she struck. A gentle hand opened it, and I stepped back as muttered truths hung. Entering the shadows, she murmured, "You crossed a line. Your sister's wedding week is exciting and stressful. I declared this the week of reckoning with arms crossed. Her values are being taken away. She deceived a family and comatose a child. There were no charges, therefore prior complaints lingered. You planned it, so her eyes raged. You can't understand her choices. You can't make this sad. You concealed her existence and a family's suffering to safeguard your reputation." As she blamed me, her palms shook with anger and pain. Bear others' burdens was your purpose. But this? What prompted this anguish and disillusion? Betrayal made our relationships feel like chains. Despite our damaged relationship, there was hope for atonement and rekindling. This is awful. How can you justify my pain? I asked firmly. You deceived everyone with a DNA test. Let them think I was a bloodline outsider. You made me feel invisible. You're upset I came out. She gasped at me, her fury rising stormily. The weight of whispered facts stopped Richard in quiet in the corridor behind her. Instead of masks or protection, raw ingestion was used. His silence revealed awful truths and hurts more than betrayal. This provides you strength? Margaret was heartbroken. Does revenge justify your actions? No, I responded calmly, opening the door. Telling the truth frees. She was frozen by her choices. I promised to speak. Leave unless you're confessing. She pondered her background and decisions for a long time. She quietly turned and left, leaving a sad void. I closed the door, rotated and sighed heavily after she left, calling the email number. After 3 rings, Sandra Thompson, the nurse, answered calmly with past disappointments. In our broken relationship, I expressed appreciation, hopeful. The stillness was tense. Her whisper was beautiful and determined. A voice pierced the silence that hid the truth. I never imagined my sister turning against me. Our unspoken truths made me say neither did they. It wasn't revenge. They thought this reckoning would always be impossible. Finally, it emerged. The file fell on my desk with whispered facts and broken trust. Neither embossed nor urgent indications indicated significance. This clean, straightforward audit report from Ethan Carter's firm disguised the family's deeper divisions. which would later arise, artfully separated in time to tell a story of broken trust and reconciliation. Not dramatic. Heartbreaking facts. Funding from the Whitaker Institute shattered family confidence. Restitution. Medical equipment was essential in a distrustful world. Not just the robots, but a family tried to forgive and recover from treachery. Being generous. Each was signed with my name. A reminder of violated trust. Trusted Rachel Bennett. While I was broke, financial records were submitted. My unfulfilled promises. Unfulfilled vows. It began when I was 19, living on energy bars in a cramped studio apartment with 2 roommates and mold. I had no idea this would be the start of a voyage of surprises and trust and loyalty challenges. A $42,000 medical consulting bill without a credit card felt like a betrayal from trusted sources. I sensed their treachery while eating ramen in the murky basement. They shielded me with laughing, which made me skeptic. Ethan Carter stood behind me with arms folded, suggesting unspoken grudges and a broken relationship. At least 4 fake identities undermined you. If the investigation hadn't found this, you'd have suffered considerably next year. Words failed me. Having trusted individuals use you is different from being abandoned. A departure leaves deep wounds. Another breaks you. I was abandoned. They kept their wealth from me, forcing me to face with their betrayal. I held back tears that night. My breath was heavy with unspoken words, left everything. I held the last puzzle piece. I wanted it all to fall. The Moore Foundation Gala was full of expectations and prior grievances, with prominent contributors and great legacy families expressing their secrets and underlying disputes. I waited outside uninvited. I never wanted one. Wore mourning. Bitter betrayal lingered as they entered through a side door past family celebrations and jubilation. Richard's comments left me with silent tension and unresolved feelings as I entered the stage. The air fell quiet as if a terrible secret was revealed. He blinked, his emotions swirling, until the painful truth sank in. Margaret shivered, holding the glass to her lips. Claire retreating, her heart heavy with trauma. I held a microphone and smiled, ready to face my past. I said, "Before you donate tonight, you may want to know where your money went." Gasps filled the air as I reluctantly gave the USB disc to the AV tech behind me, symbolizing broken trust. On ballroom screens, spreadsheets, emails, and bank logs revealed long-buried family secrets that jeopardized trust. The labeled file read Rachel Bennett Consulting, a reminder of the trust formerly shared, now poisoned by secrets and choices that may save or destroy family bonds. G was once trusted. More. There were whispers. Several stood. One donor's wife asked, "Is that truly her daughter?" Margaret looked pale. Richard trembled over the mic, memories of trust, broken and unspoken words, heavy. Mistake is terrible. These papers contain our family's darkest secrets. The change is evident. The facade collapsed with an audience shout. Not as seen, Ethan Carter, once trusted and loved, now has broken relationships and deep wounds. Ethan's actions haunted a split family. Each member grappled with their grief and sought forgiveness, revealing hope for salvation in their broken relationships. He stepped forward, suit impeccable, his distress hidden. The IRS and State Attorney General received the original data from our business, setting off a chain of events that would reveal shocking realities and strain relationships. Richard closed his mouth, wrestling with unspoken words. Daniel emerged from the shadows, weird and familiar. To the medical board, "I can no longer support those who deceive and betray trust," he declared. Margaret tried to reconcile her family. Claire retreated, her eyes burning with rage and pain as Richard Moore reached for her. "How did you mess me up?" A bitter, angry whisper came out. Their relatives left them one by one. Seattle's elite Moore family fell in front of benefactors, the press, and their descendants. Love withered where trust once flourished under chandeliers. In the chaos of their destruction, I stayed firm, rich, prestigious, and deceptive. I knew the truth. Reverberation in the quiet drowned out all sounds. I avoided future shadows, not seeking praise for my work. Turned left. The warm, comforting shelter contrasted with the cold, clear air outside, clarity that showed truth behind lies and disputes. Unspoken truths raced my heart. Unspoken truths disclosed, not nervousness, not a score-settling moment. It wasn't mad. Hidden beneath the deceptive tranquility was wrath. Truth emerged from deception. The city skyline shimmered like a secret. I realized that long-hidden truth was my salvation. I never intended to destroy them. I dropped my shield and they appeared. Unspoken realities filled my silence 2 weeks later. Not the creepy silence after a devastating revelation. Not the empty, startled stillness anticipating another trust break. The calm before the storm. Sunlight through my bedroom window revealed my heart's long-buried secrets. I woke up without a phone call, headline, or lawyer's letter for once. No reporter witnessed the drama or reported the truth. Unspoken words and shattered trust weighed Margaret's silence. Claire never spoke to break the silence. Pure silence. As I held my coffee, the chilly floor beneath my bare feet grounded me, and the robe slipped from my waist, reminding me of the comfort I previously took for granted. As the city below moved, time stopped up here, allowing me to contemplate the choices that had split my family. Does this forgive? Crying without anger. The unsettling buzz reminded them of their once unbreakable link's secrets. The warmth of my coffee soothed me, despite prior betrayals. Old Rachel would have doubted and regretted her actions, expected the fallout, looked for the truth in the clouds. Not this time. Only broken trust remained. I preserved the message, a terrifying reminder of broken trust. The logic escapes me. Her voice trembles with pain, secret-bound, rage-filled. You betrayed us. You'll regret. You may think you can dodge punishment, but your betrayal will cost you. I contemplated the last sentence, unspoken, distrust's echo. Her throat hurts. It hurt like a wound, nearly there. The meaningless gesture masked trust and fidelity wounds. Far from it. Control remained, a scary reminder of the past, still telling her false, forgiving tale. Hidden betrayal. The pain subsided. Claire's silence hurt more than words. Her quiet worried the family, reminding them of separation. While waiting for her to fix it, they felt broken trust and mute pain. Satisfied with no message or pretense, message left. Her behavior astonished me. However, Daniel astonished me. He sent one message that altered everything. I knew nothing. I never meant to hurt you. I paused over the keys for what seemed like an eternity before responding. I understand. Trusting someone endangered a fragile tie. No more needing you. I meant it. Releasing the past may bring permanent damage. Decisions can bring family turmoil. His family lost faith due to Richard's suspended medical license. The clinic remained silent, waiting for the truth to emerge from betrayal. In a family's shadow, IRS audit teams uncovered 12 years of reports. Margaret disappeared in darkness, not allowed to discuss. Public goodwill would disappear, statementless. Claire, who had kept the family together, was now in the middle of the chaos, making treacherous decisions. Their damaged relationships had a glimpse of redemption waiting to be welcomed. She supposedly left her family and city, silently. She may have wished to start over wherever her past was buried. I wasn't thrilled by my win. No delight now. I felt useless, watching from the shadows. Our own falls are easy to cheer or regret. Observing loyalty and loss can be the most courageous act. All I can handle. I went to my downtown office that afternoon unaware of the family crisis that would upend my life. Trustworthy families smiled to hide the truth, warmly welcomed me, concealing my past. Honor. Fear had no place here. Betrayal whispers cease. Only family relationships remain. Linda Carter arrived that evening, a reminder of their confidence. First true mentor. When I was 17 and lost, she offered me a broom instead of a lecture, changing our shattered relationship forever. Her bouquet contained silent apologies and past grievances. Finally, sunflowers. "Your escape," she whispered, shivering with relief and grief. I said I had no choice. Amid such barricades, hope seems lost. One fateful night, Ethan Carter gripped my hand across the dinner table. His silence spoke volumes. He declined. After a long silence, he acknowledged Rose's incredible effort. "You gave them every chance to rectify. You refused to follow them into darkness when ambition trumped family. Unspoken words overwhelmed me, so I nodded. Understanding, not food. I believed justice meant revenge for years. A liberating opportunity may appear. Reconciliation may not always lead to release, but it comes. It feels like reclaiming your story from betrayal. Even without an apology, I can go on, freed from chains. That may sum up relationship healing. No celebration. Pain and forgiveness endure. Realizing you no longer need attention, understanding and affection from people who sought to change you. Do you feel cheated, ostracized, or like your worth depends on others? My story resonates with you. Listen to me. Hidden information can make silence feel betraying. Speaking bravely can heal deepest family scars and lead to redemption. You deserve relief from their weight. Know that loyalty can be misdirected, especially toward unloyal people. In silence, a voice breaks loyalty. Breaking up and beginning healing is the first step. To succeed without apology, though powerful, is forgiveness liberating? That differs. The greatest asset is freedom. I await your response. Did you ever think turning your back was bravest? Are you stuck in the past, keeping you from continuing? Share your thoughts below. Be focused. Leave a 1 in the comments to let me know this story impacted you. Even if it didn't resonate, I'd like your opinion and location. You speak forcefully. Your tale matters. What about you? Find company in despair. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and share this with someone who could benefit from more honest, difficult stories about human experience and relationships. One story can break the strongest ties to remind us we control our fortunes. Please specify if you want a narration script or animated scene voiceover.